The following has been paid for by the Penn's World Order. Well, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but you know what? Sometimes the wrestling world just lobs hanging curveballs over the top part of the plate, and I'm like, okay. And I'm just going to deposit that into right field for an easy double or triple, depending on what ballpark you're at. This is a hacks review of The Last Time Is Now. In my opinion, was actually fun. It was fun. It was a good buy. It was a lot of things. Let's talk about it for a brief moment. If you like this, check out the channel. I've done a couple of Crash Out Pittsburgh Penguins react videos. Probably won't do another wrestling video until the Rumble, which is being held where again? Oh, let's not think about that right now. So, let's go. Saturday night's main event, The Last Time Is Now, as you were looking live at the Capital One Arena, and the only reason Triple H and WWE went there was because it held more seats than the Garden. Because, we had to be in DC, and there's more, we could get more people in there, we can get more celebrities in there. It's easier to do that in there than Boston, isn't it? Who cares if John Cena's not from DC? Shut up, idiot. Buy our stuff. So, 4 matches on the board for this. Yay. It was a television show about big, sweaty men. What more do you want? It was nice to see Jesse the Body Ventura on there doing probably the last great heel commentator out there in the world. So, your curtain jerker, your opening match was Cody Rhodes versus Oba Femi, and this was a fun match. An exhibition, yes, but a fun match between the two. Cody Rhodes, it's nice to have a WWE champion that you can say almost every night put on his working boots. And my goodness, did Cody bump and work for Oba, made him look like a monster. Oba needs to be called up. There's nothing more in NXT that needs to be done. He doesn't need another year down there. He doesn't need a title win. Get him up. Get him a manager. Is Paul Heyman doing anything? It was a really good match, unfortunately, until a wild Drew McIntyre shows up and ruins everything. Like that one cousin at Christmas you don't want to see, just ruins everything. Why are you like this, Drew? He beats up Cody Rhodes and then stands toe-to-toe with Oba, which I love. The DC crowd started chanting, meat, 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 meat. That's a big meaty man bump and meat matchup that I'd like to see. Oba Femi versus Drew McIntyre. I didn't know I needed that match in my life, except now I need it right away. But I don't like inconclusive finishes. This feels like a cop-out. They didn't want Cody to lose to Oba, but Oba has to look strong as an NXT champion. So we just throw our hands in the air and say, interference. And we're on to the next one. Next. Up next was Bayley versus Sol Roca. Okay. Bayley's going down to the ring with Lyra Valkyria. Sure. This match would have been a heck of a lot better. So I don't know if Bayley would have been in War Games and all that. It's just really hard to get into the Bayley character because I'm not too sure about this. Will they? Won't they? Is she mean? Is she the hugger? What? She's this? She's that? I think Triple H may have seen The Dark Knight and seen Two-Face and went, hey, we need a wrestling version of that. Sol Roca was fine. This was fast-paced. They got with the giddy-up, but it just didn't feel like there was a lot of stakes with this. It was an exhibition. We're getting through this to get to that. And I don't know who Sol Roca is. I'm sorry. I don't, Marks. I don't. But I think this match was fine. She is talented. And yeah, we'll see both of you at the Rumble, ladies. Next. Up next was Dragon Lee taking on Leon Slater and Javon Evans. And whoa, Nelly. As Keith Jackson once said, these four men were determined to go out there and have the best match of the goddamn night. My God, did they. These four, oh my gosh, what fun this were. Exchanges, high-flying antics, AJ Styles bumping for Leon Slater. These two are fighting like it's an X Division tag team match, a la TNA in 2006. And you know what? I don't have a problem with that. I mean, this was just high-paced, great counters. And unfortunately, somebody had to lose. AJ goes for the springboard forearm, but kind of slipped. But oh well. This match was so fast, so frantic, and so much fun. I don't care. Leon Slater and AJ are going to have a thing. Are apparently going to have a match. Apparently, Allen wants to retire next year, which is fine. Send him down to TNA for a year and have him mop up stuff down there. What are they? The Smiling Dragons? The Styling Dragons, we called this? I don't know. All I know is that I've seen on Raw is that they've teased Lee and AJ, can't call him AJ Lee, by taking on the New Day, and the Usos are back. Well, for all of you who didn't like my main event Jey Uso song, that's gone now. And yeah. But I shouldn't look to the future. This match was great. It was fun. Go out of your way and watch it. So, next, and it's main event o'clock as it's here. John Cena versus Gunther. And it's like your favorite band coming out for the last time. And this gave off similar vibes of, and I know a lot of people are going to say this is slanderous, it felt a little bit like Ozzy's last show. That everybody was there. It was emotional. You want the hits. Now, granted, John Cena is not like how Ozzy was in his last days, to where he was physically off and couldn't perform. Thank goodness John's not at that point in his life, but everybody was there for the hits. Everybody was there for the fun and for the songs and the singing along. Everybody was there for the experience. That's what this was. 24 hours leading into this on social media, everybody was hyping this up. I can't believe John Cena's retiring. I can't believe it. I saw him in 2002. I can't believe it's going to be tonight. And everybody was hyping this up despite everything that's happened in the past 11 months. And it's hype and it's build and build and build. But before we got to this, we had The Miz and R-Truth come out. Okay, this got me a Joe Hendry sighting because Truth got Miz to say Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry appears. They had fun. Everybody laughed. Now get out of here. And then, Gunther came out first. And, I'm glad they gave his classical music back. I am glad that he's getting a lot of that swagger back. But then, and the WWE is really good at doing this, they held chants of thank you, Cena. Wait. Cue the music. And beautiful. You got the crowd to hold their breath, and you held them. The big opening. And John came out. It was emotional. As someone who didn't like Cena's early work, I can appreciate what he's doing now. And it was the last time. Blue, white, and red, the last colors he's coming out to. Nice ode to the Capitals, Nats, and not Bullets. But Cena went down. They got into the ring one more time, and I got to admit, the match happened, and it was Cena playing all the hits, trying everything he could do against Gunther. It was 10 minutes. They fought outside the ring. Gunther got AA'd through the announce table, as is their right and custom, and Cena did everything, got some offense in, but our Gunther, well, the Austrian Galactus was just having none of this. And the way this was built up was, like, for all of you anime fans, this is the old master taking on the villain of the series. And when Cena gets locked in to that sleeper hold and put down, he fights out of it. AA, not enough to put away Gunther. Sleeper hold in yet again, and Cena's fighting and fighting. He gets out of it. But one more cinch in by Gunther, and why is piano music playing, hypothetically? Why is piano music playing as Cena's fading? There's nowhere to go. There's nothing he can do. Why is there a sad anime theme playing in the background? Why? And Cena, with a smile on his face, taps. That's it. Cena gave up. It's done. Gunther wins. And in typical fashion, the fans took it great, with everyone just losing their minds. But Cena gave one last salute, thanked everyone. Michael Cole with the line, professional wrestling killed sports entertainment. Wait, that doesn't fit here. But anyway, that's a tagline. Gunther's classical music playing as he sits over the broken body of John Cena. But Cena gives one more playoff to the crowd. Credits come up. Why is everybody chanting BS? We'll get to that in a moment. And scene. So, all right, there's layers to unpack with this, as this video is going on longer than what I expected it to be. But the vibe of this was the old gunslinger taking on the cavalry, or John in Red Dead Redemption, Arthur in Red Dead Redemption 2. This was, in anime, the old man taking on the villain of the series, knowing he's going to die. And what else did you suspect was going to happen, Marks? What did you think was going to happen? So, Sting in his final match in AEW. I know I said AEW. Sting in his final match in AEW won. Him and Darby Allin defeated the Young Bucks in a car crash of a match. Now, usually in the wrestling business, you leave on your back. You put over the new talent on the way out, such as it's always been. Sting and AEW bucked that trend because they thought Sting deserved to leave a winner. And I think there are people who wanted the same thing from Cena. That we have seen guys leave on their own terms without going out on their back. See the Undertaker have left. And we've seen a guy that's won on his way out. And with everything that Cena has done, yeah, he's kind of earned that right. But Cena knows it. He knows the business. He was trying to say, it was my idea. He wanted this to happen. This is how the business goes. He gets it. And it's okay. I'm sorry, 20,000 Marks. You didn't get what you want. And yes, his entire booking of the past 11 months has been bad. Yes. And I think that's what's angered a lot of people, is that his entire year of him being booked at his retirement has gone badly. The heel turn didn't work. Losing to Lesnar. The meaningless matches he's had the past 3 months without a title. So, yeah, the finish didn't serve the story. It was a bumbling to the finish line. Despite the man at the center of it fine with it, the fans around him weren't. Nobody wanted this ride to end, and not like this. But unfortunately, it did. So it was still fun. The whole night was still fun. But that's what happens in the business. Guys leave on their back. Not everybody gets the Sting treatment. And sometimes guys go out on their back for the final time. See Hogan/Hulk. But yeah, this was always the end game. You knew Gunther was going to beat him, yet you still didn't like it. You, Marks, knew where this was going, and you still booed. Yeah, Triple H is not doing great, but oh well. So that is it. It was a fun night. Thank you, John, for everything. I salute you. Enjoy your retirement as an ambassador. And yeah, thank you, John, for everything. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Catch you next time.